Just save our data here. Get this all said and done. Squared away. Now you can turn on auto-saving.
Gundam has decided to fire the solar ray system
But I
sooner
just
than
don't.
originally planned, annihilating a third of the Federation's fleet. As he planned, the preemptive strike caught the Great Daguan on its way to a meeting with General Rebel, dashing all hopes for a negotiated peace.
No, don't! Don't move forward! Thousands will die in that light! That glow of pure hatred!
The Battle of Abawa Ku has started, with neither side having a clear advantage.
Rest in peace, General Rebel. Rest in peace.
Under the direct control of the chosen superior race of Zeon. If this war drags on, it will pose a serious threat to all of mankind. We must teach those slow-witted people of the Earth Federation a lesson they will always remember. This is the time for mankind to stand up for the future that awaits us. Hail Zeon! Hail Zeon! Hail Zeon! Hail Zeon!
Second and fourth battle groups will advance from Point N. We'll gather the remaining ships of the fleet, and with the Luzal as our flagship, we'll proceed from Point S.
Ready to synchronize. 3, and 2, and 1, 0. Commence operation.
Right. All hands to combat status 1.
Alright. Now we get to go take the fight directly to their
Target is in the area under
doorstep.
crossfire at this time.
Obviously, we lack enough firepower.
We'll be okay. Operation will succeed.
New type intuition?
Yes.
All right. All hands, combat status 1. We'll break through the F-line in 10 minutes.
Now, probably some of you have actually noticed that the footage from these last couple of missions have actually been from the second playthrough or replay of the 8-stage missions for White Base mode. The way that this works is that the first time you play through White Base mode, through all 8 stages, you're not going to see a lot of these extra enemies here, like the Shin Matsunaga fight, or Johnny Raiden. There's also going to be a fewer amount of enemies on screen at a given time. So don't worry if you're not acing or getting an S rank through a lot of these stages that first run through. Go back and play through after you've beaten arcade or the mode once, and you'll start to have the replay modes here.
New types could predict the future. We wouldn't have to suffer.
If Amuro hadn't said that back on the bridge, the crew would have mutinied. Out of fear.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, we're no cowards, but we are just human after all.
Alright, so rail tunnel mode here. Route 2, whatever the hell it's called. Just blow the shit out of everything you can see. This is a good chance to use your spam box continuously. I hope you don't mind that sound because it just gets worse from here, folks. Speaking of sound, I wish there was a little bit more control over the sound options in-game itself, like if you could actually fuck around with the voice levels and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it's all controlled under 2 different settings, which is the SE, or sound effects level, and the BGM level, which, well, that's not a good way to do it, but that's the way it did it, and it's a lot of control for being a PS2 game, I suppose. Still enjoy this song tremendously.
Fire! Fire! Anti-aircraft fire. And don't stop the evasive maneuvers.
We'll have a ship to return to after all this is over, right?
Alright, now that we're back into battlesphere mode, just make sure you take out everything as quickly as possible, because the White Base is on a timer here. That is its health bar, and it will go down very quickly, especially with those Musai and the damn missiles. Matter of fact, I would actually recommend taking the Musai out first, but it's up to you really. So long as you make sure to keep an eye on the health bar for White Base, you can pretty well attack this in any way you want, piecemeal style, or however you see fit.
You're sure stoked, oh great Corporal Hayato, and I'm up next.
I really should start making better use of the support option, but I don't for whatever reason. While it doesn't take points out, it does put another friendly mobile suit on the field, which can take points from you because they can kill off mobile suits, aircraft, and spaceships as well. So just keep that in mind. But if you're fighting a boss or something like Zero, it's a pretty good idea to have at least another target for them to aim at other than you. Also try and avoid hitting White Base. I do that too often. For the most part, you're just going to be running into Gelgoons, Rickdoms, and Zaku 2 F-types. Alright, back to Route 2 mode here. We should be running into something a little different now. Can't remember how it starts out, even though I recorded this just a couple hours ago. Yep, alright, good.
I'll show you.
Well, they're not the Black Tri-Stars, folks. These three Rickdoms are a pain in the ass. You're going to be chasing them down just a little bit here. You can kill them, it's just going to take a while.
White mobile suit. I'll handle it.
But our real target isn't going to be the three idiots and the Rickdoms. No, it's going to be the Nightmare of Sullivan himself. Anavel Gato. Sadly, I don't think this is the original voice actor that they had come through and do the dub in this game. It just sounds different from the original OVAs. Yeah, careful, don't... Yeah, I just flew right into that Musai, if anyone noticed that, and broke my shield in the process. That was really an idiotic move on my part, and I'll pay for it here very shortly.
Defeated Solomon should be easily avenged with this.
It's fast! That unit's dangerous!
No shit, Sherlock. Alright, prepare to fight Gato. Gato and about 5 or 6 of his other idiot allies, plus a Musai. Now, you're going to see me try and target a bunch of other people other than Gato. I wouldn't recommend following suit, because Gato will literally wipe the floor with you in seconds if you let him. Also, take that support option. My god, looking back, I should have used it. If you overheat your boosters, that's also as good as a death sentence as well. See, look at my health. It's already gone down so quickly. I hate that little stun. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's Gato that ends up finishing me off here. Nope, some random Rickdom just comes charging in. But we're not going to let that fight end right there. Oh, hell no. So I'll use a retry, and I'll lose my 35,000 bonus points. I think it goes down to like 25 after that. I think it's about 10,000 per retry, something like that. I do like the design for the Gato custom Gelgoon, and it looks like it has a beam smart gun. Or it may be a beam ECAP gun, I can't tell. Alright. Now, I was a little pissed off that I managed to get myself killed so easily by him, but now I have full health and full shield, so... Look at that! Did you see how much speed that damn guy has? Keep locked onto him if you can. Now, unfortunately, because of the amount of enemies on screen, if you unlock from him, getting back to lock is a bit of a pain in the ass, so just be aware of that. Take out other enemies when you get the chance, but don't go looking for them too much, because Gato will come up right on your ass and try to open up the inside of your mobile suit. It's a tough fight, folks. It really is. Now, I think the unlocking conditions for this is that you have to have over 50% health after you actually clear the white base portion. I believe that's a parameter for it. If it's not, oh well. I managed to get this unlocked almost every time. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's white base have to have a certain amount of health. Who knows? Anyways, don't expect to be getting this to your first playthrough, because you're going to have to go through and play them a second time in order to get the replay mobile suits, which is what this counts as, this scenario specifically. Now, I did miss out on one alternative route that I really wanted to do back in Mission 3, which would be the attack on Solomon, but there are there are 3 different routes to take in that, and you can't take them all at once. So, I'll probably end up showing something along the lines for that separate route, because it's a pretty bitchin' route, and it's a really difficult version.
Fight with someone like you, with no ideals. We'll settle this some other day.
All I gotta say is he devolved into my ideals character.
But I bet Char's gonna appear pretty soon.
A lot of these flying animations were not meant for the beam saber.
80% complete? Who told you that? Right now, the Zeong is at 100% and ready to go.
But it has no legs.
I'll let
Jesus
you
Christ,
just
look
for
at the
show.
torso
The
on it.
brass doesn't know how things really work.
I know you've briefed me on the Psychomu system, but do you think I can actually handle it?
Your new type abilities have never been measured, so there's no way to know if it'll work for you.
You are far too frank. I don't appreciate it.
Sorry. But if it makes you feel any better, sir, if anyone could handle it, it'd be you.
Thank you. I needed that.
That footage is suffering a little bit from Transformer
Looks like
syndrome there.
Dolus's forces will be able to handle N sector.
Isn't that nice? You knew that Father was aboard the Great Dagwin. Yet you had it destroyed along with the enemy ships. Why did you do that?
I had no choice. The timing was completely wrong to begin negotiating a peace.
But there was no need to take his life, was there, Admiral?
That's enough with the jokes.
You aren't usually this naive, dear brother.
Headshot.
Get rid of the body immediately. Even a Supreme Commander can't get away with the assassination of his own father. If any of you want to protest my actions, wait until the battle's over. Because I'm in charge of a Boa coup now.
I always saw that little scene as a, ooh, God, a D rank. Yeah, because of my retry, I managed to get a D rank out of that. That was the worst I've done in a long time on any of these missions. But with Giran Zabi's death there, which to me really, again, kind of reminded me of the fact that he's basically Moon Space Hitler, especially with the way he dies. We'll start the final little arc of this thing.
Now, the question is whether or not I have what it takes to be a true new type. Lala, please show me the way.
One-year war mobile suit cockpits always look so spacious and roomy, almost like they're a room in them of itself. And some of their design layouts are really odd as well. Especially the Zaku 2. How you actually get into the cockpit and it swivels the chair around and shit like that. It's weird.
Launch mobile suit teams.
Anyway, welcome to the battle for a Boa coup. Thankfully, we won't be on the surface of it this time. If there was any flaw with those two versus games, Federation vs. Xeon and Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam, was that the amount of levels in space didn't have a lot of variety to keep it interesting.
Real enemy.
Again, another really good soundtrack right here. Now we're going to see actually quite a few other pilots show up here from the Federation forces that won't show up until later on in the Universal Century timeline as well. I'll try and point them out as I can.
There's no turning back! Shoot it down!
Of course, you have random Xeon pilots who are bitching in the storm as well.
Suits are too clumsy. Rookie, you're gonna get it! Are you coming? Seal!
Yeah, try not to run into shit because you will take quite a bit of damage from it. Hopefully your shield should take most of it, but that doesn't always mean it will. And of course, out of nowhere, Char's is going to start trying to fucking shit up, and the Xiong is an absolute powerhouse, not underestimated. He's a perfect shot, too. I hardly ever manage to dodge anything he throws at me.
Landing on a Boa coup is more important.
The fourth team is
Watch out for that Solomon. There's South Burning. Mancha.
That one moves really well.
Nice. Commandant! That's the Gundam! Hey, I want to pilot it too!
Those characters will come into more importance later on down the line here, but it's nice to see a cameo during the one-year war for them, especially for South Burning. As usual, wreck shit up. Don't have to worry too much about variation in this.
You're done!
The damn missiles are annoying too, because even if you do target them, they're difficult to actually take out unless they're right in front of you or they're right next to you. That Musai behind me, I needed to really focus on it first, because those missiles are just going to continuously fly at me. See, right there. That cost me a little bit too much HP than I would have liked to have given up for it. Make good use of the Gundam special cannon move. It comes in handy. You'll have to take out quite a few Musai and Chive class ships, so be prepared to fly across the battlefield for it. That's one reason I do like this stage a lot, is because it does have a wide variety of Route 2 and Battlesphere missions. If you're having trouble catching up with them, take out their engines, stop them dead in their tracks. If they don't have any guns left, then, well, basically they're fucked. Taking way too much damage here. Now, even though I'm doing it here, like I said, try not to turn your back to these ships. They will take the mick out of you pretty quick. Damn those missiles.
There! I can see him!
Gotta love the Chive for extra points because they have so many gun turrets, just bristles with the damn things. Don't bother shooting the Gattles like I did. They're almost impossible to hit at that range.
We're dead if this keeps up!
I am doing a piss poor job at dodging those shots too. The Rictom always gives me a little bit of trouble because the shells are a little difficult to see against the backdrop of space.
There!
And every now and then one of them gets a little too cocky for himself and tries to actually melee attack you. And on more than one occasion they're successful. The Yelgooks aren't actually bad, surprisingly. It's the Zaku 2s and the Rictoms you actually try and get up in your face about it. Anywho.
Is deep in there.
Back in Route 2 mode.
I can see the entrance.
It's going to be a very similar situation to like outside of Solomon, where there's going to be a bunch of troops flying around, lots of ships. Just use that multi-spam attack to its fullest intent, and you'll get a pretty good score out of it. I never managed to catch those two Rictoms as they go into the docking bay there, but I've seen videos of people doing it. I just never seem to be able to time it right. Watch out for the shrapnel as well. Why would you try to land the Solomus inside of an enemy fortress like that?
Damn it! I wanted to be there first! Ah! You're too careless! Acting like a coward is fine in this situation.
Lots of chances for points here, but then again, you need a tremendous amount in order to get an S rank as well. I think actually this mission itself has the highest in the white base mission mode to S rank. I think it's 605,000 points roughly. It's very doable, but if you get a retry, that'll probably take your chances of getting an S rank down tremendously.
You're gonna get it! Why are you coming out?
Wish you could target a bunch of these other little hard point surfaces that are above the docking bays, but it doesn't look like you can. They never show up on my screen, at least. If you'll notice, I'm almost continuously in the spam attack mode now.
I've landed. Char's found me.
I love how he can actually just stop
Got
in the midst
him.
of combat
There's
and not
my
get
enemy.
shot at. Alright, so now we actually get to fight Char for real. And let me tell you, he's no pushover. He's not as annoying as Gato, but he can be a pain in the ass. He has one good weakness though. He has no ability to melee whatsoever. Get up close and personal to him and you'll take him down piece by piece. However, if you do try to do a long-range attack against him, like I would with Big Zom, for example, his wire-guided attacks plus his main cannon off of the head unit would seriously make that a dangerous proposition, if any.
Had some trial runs with this machine.
I was kind of hoping that you could unlock maybe a goof scene or something like that where you actually got to see the perfect Zong with legs and everything. I think it actually will to tried it as well with some variations. Maybe I'm thinking of just some hobby version or a kit bash. See, just long range, he's got too many attacks. And there he's released both of his. Yeah, my God, those hurt. Like I said, go up close and personal. If you don't manage to overheat your thruster gauge, you can pretty well dodge if anything comes at you. But he has one final little cheap trick he does right after you finally get rid of all of his health. And come up right now. His health gauge is freaking gone. It's absolutely gone. But you have to wait for him to stop talking, and he'll still shoot at you. If you get destroyed during that portion, you have to retry or stage retry. I found that out the hard way one time when I first started playing. I thought it was utter bullshit. Hey, it's not like I needed the arm anyways. I already lost the damn shield.
That wasn't it?
Gundam!
I still don't see the appeal of putting the cockpit of a unit into the head.
Main camera, that's it.
Granted, it's a small target compared to the torso, but I don't know if I'd want to be sticking out of the main armor unit like that.
The key is to remove the Zabi family from power. He's here, I know it.
These scenes actually look really good.
The heart of a Bawaku is straight ahead of me. I sense it.
Are you aware that you probably received those powers from Lala? I hope you're grateful.
You're the monster who brought her into this war!
So you're angry at me for getting her involved in this, right, Amuro?
What?
Without the war, Lala would never have realized her new type potential.
That's just an excuse.
No, it's the cold, hard truth.
Come any closer and I'll use this!
New types like you are far too dangerous to have around. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do something about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
People have certain obligations. That's the main reason I have to kill you.
And now we bring ourselves to the final little mission of this.
Isn't your true
No
enemy
HUDs,
the Zabi family?
no mobile
Not
suits,
in my case. Do you
just
have
a
any
fencing
idea
rapier
what
and Char.
Because you know that a new type is physically the same as an ordinary person.
Right. Even a new type has to train to develop their physical skills.
That's the theory.
You're naive.
Are you coming?
This fight isn't necessarily difficult, it's just kind of disorienting, because while you're doing things here, the room is literally flying apart. Armoro controls exactly like the Gundam would, and you can't lock on too well to them, and you don't really have a health bar either. There is a certain number of hits that you do have to score on Char, but I can't remember what number it is off the top of my head. I want to see like 25, 28. And I'm not even certain if you can actually die at this point. I know Char can mess you up pretty good, but... Now, if you've noticed, Sayla came floating into the room, and she'll just kind of be a permanent little fixture in here while she bitches at us for fighting right here. I keep seeing corners of her out of the frames here. But anyways, just keep fighting him. Eventually you'll score enough hits to actually succeed in completing the mission for it. Unfortunately, there are no points rewarded for this section that I'm aware of. I love how he says that he should have trial runs with this machine, even though he's, well, not in a pilot machine. Unless he's talking about his
Lalo
jetpack.
told me that new types aren't meant to be used like tools to destroy each other.
A new type is a powerful weapon. That's the fact of the matter. And no one can change her fate.
But you're a new type yourself! Damn!
You're naive.
There we go.
Though they were both new types, Char and Amuro failed to understand each other in this war.
Casval, you've been wounded.
If not for this helmet, I wouldn't be alive right now.
But what's going to happen to you, Casval?
I've realized I can't let the Zabi family get away scot-free. I'm the one who has to deal with them. You're a good woman. You should forget about this war. Take care of yourself, Artesia. Amuro is calling for you now.
Amuro is what? Huh?
I'm sending your sister to join you, Garma. Consider it a fond farewell present.
Is that Char?
I can't believe it. Is this how I'm gonna go? Huh? There! That's my way out! Am I going to join Lala?
New types shouldn't be destroying each other.
How can this be? I can see them, Lala. I see the crew.
That would be the blood loss, Amuro. Probably the internal hemorrhaging.
If
one of
Amuro
the two.
hadn't called out and warned us, the entire crew of the White Base would have been finished.
You mean Amuro isn't here? With us?
No, he's not.
I guess nobody has all the answers all the time, do they? No.
Hey, I know where he is. I know! Now! Go right! Tika! Uh-huh! Yeah, right! Good. Now, go forward! What's gotten into you three? Yeah, this way. This you can just do it! Stop! You're almost outside!
Amuro? You see him? Where? Where is he?
Okay, Amuro? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
What is it with this goddamn pink smoke? Why does everything blow up in pink?
Did they?
Core fighters seen better days.
I'm sorry, but I still have a place I can go home to, Lala. And nothing could make me happier. You understand. We can be together anytime we want to.
Universal Century 0080. After this battle, all hostilities were suspended. Soon after, a formal peace treaty marking the end of the war between the Earth Federation and the Republic of Zeon was signed.
Yay! Alright, now we get a cast roll here. If memory serves, I think there's actually a couple of spelling mistakes in here if I actually see them. I'll point them out here, but yeah, those last... French Tickner plays Dozo Zabi. That's incredibly close to French Tickler there, my friend. Marker Clan, Lala Soon, ooh, fucking Lala. Koduraki, Basque Ohm, South Burning, Chuck Keith, Kelly Lasner, goddamn Nina Purpleton. Ted Cole, that's who voices Gato in this one. I'm not sure if that's actually the voice actor for him or not. Shin Matsunaga, Yukajima, Quite a few names here, and this is kind of a bit of a spoiler for some of the other portions of this game, but oh well. There's one spelling mistake. Form Romfellow should be Ford Romfellow. I don't know how they managed that one, but they did. Now, I'm not entirely certain if that's supposed to be Shar that's standing on the bridge of that Zanzibar-class ship there or not. Who knows? So, what I've done through here, most of this footage for this run has been from the second playthrough of White Base Mode. I originally tried to record White Base Mode the first run with using actual live commentary, but the footage just got screwed up for some little reason as I was trying to actually get the quirks worked out of the capture device itself. So I ended up just scrapping it. However, I'd already saved over it and didn't feel like redoing it. So most of this footage has already been from the second playthrough or the replay missions for it, where you see some of these extra little mobile suit pilots show up here and there. Now there is one final little thing to open up and unlock through White Base Mode, and I'll talk about that after the credits roll. I'm probably not going to show all of that off because a lot of it's not that different from what normal White Base Mode is. But there are a few little quirks here and there that I will want to actually get on camera for it. So, this is basically the Gundam game that made space combat fun. And it had quite a good critic review because of that. Surprisingly, for a Gundam game, usually they range from awful to fantastically awful in the eyes of critics. Unless you're a die-hard fan or somebody who's just getting into the series and you're willing to let, you know, little issues here and there go by without much of a fuss, then. This ending always, or these rolling credits always reminded me of the ending credits to Federation vs. Zeon. Very similar in that regard. Good to see Kotoki there for some of the designs on these mobile suits. Can't remember if Mark Simmons is in this list too. Yeah, there he is, Mark Simmons. Thought he might be. Love him or hate him, he did quite a bit for the Gundam franchise when it was brought to America. Alright, so I managed to get an A rank out of that whole thing, not too bad. Like I said, I think the score to get an S rank is like 605,000 points or something like that. I was nowhere near close to that, but A rank will do for now. So we'll go ahead and save the game and make sure everything's all set here. I don't feel like having to redo that. Now, when you do finally beat the all 8 stages for it, if you were to hit continue again from the title screen, it'll take you back to the last mission every time for it. There is no stage select, unfortunately, so if you want to get to stage 6, you got to play from 1 all the way up to 6, and that is a huge pain in the ass, especially if you're just trying to get one level with a certain ranking. So checking our records here, you can actually see what ranking you have on what stage for it. For White Base Mode, S, A, B, S, 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 A, and then A again. That B ranking is what we need to change here in order to unlock the final little thing for White Base Mode, but I'm going to do that off screen, capture it someplace else, and then show you guys later on. So, this about wraps up everything I wanted to get done with this. So until the next time we get up here, we'll start with the Thoroughbred campaign, which is the original story of the 16th Autonomous Corps, a Hippopotamus Corps, that's what it was. Anyways, until next time, folks, see you later.